This video is sponsored by Rusty Bank. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make the most efficient scrap farm using hemp. So in previous videos, I've showed you how to crossbreed and how you can turn that crossbreeding into millions of scrap by using my farms. However, in this video, I'm going to make use of all the advanced techniques I've learned over the couple of months, including lighting and water, in order to make the most efficient and compact hemp-based design whilst minimizing the costs. If you haven't seen my hemp farm guide, then I highly recommend you go check it out. The only thing I wanted to address in this video is that it's a little bit outdated in the sense that the lighting, compact design, and watering setup wasn't completely efficient. So in this video, rather than a 4x4, I'm advising that you stick to 2x3s, and in the most efficient case, you should in fact stick to a 3x6. And here's why. If you watched my lighting video, I explained the mechanics of lights and that in fact the most efficient lighting setup is a 3x3. Therefore, for our most efficient design, we want to incorporate a 3x3 design. But if you go into watering, the most efficient design I could come up with was in fact a 2x3. So the best way to incorporate both of these is to incorporate 3 2x3s or 2 3x3s. Therefore, we get the most out of our lighting and we get the most out of our sprinklers. This minimizes costs in electricity as well as watering, and overall makes for the best design possible. Another thing to note is that the lights need to be placed exactly where I've done in this diagram and in the video. Don't place them where it's red in the intercept. Although it may be tempting because it lines up nicely, they actually need to reach the outer corners of each of the 3x3s where it's green on the corners you can see here. So make sure you do exactly what I do with the lights and place them there. The next thing I'm going to do is justify why my 2x3 blocks are the best for sprinklers. Well, in case you didn't know, sprinklers output 15 mils of water every 5 seconds when they splash. However, this milliliters gets rounded down. So if you have 6 and you have one sprinkler which is placed fairly in the center, as long as it can reach all 6 of the planter boxes, then it will distribute 15 milliliters of water divided by 6, which is 2.5. However, that gets rounded down to 2. Therefore, if we have 2 sprinklers, every 5 seconds we're going to be getting 4 milliliters of water. And the rest of the math is as followed. 4 milliliters times by 12 means that you get 48 milliliters per minute, and for each box you need 45 milliliters per minute. This means that you're going to be overwatering by 3 milliliters, which is not much water at all. The reason this is so perfect is because if you turn your sprinklers off when you're doing your cloning, then you'll have perfect water level if you decide to use fertilizer. If you're not using fertilizer, then you can just leave this system on 24/7 and not worry about overwatering, as it doesn't matter anyway. Something else that's extremely important is you'll notice that my 2x3s have gaps in them. This is really important because you don't want your middle sprinklers touching the outer 2x3s. So to do this, all you have to do is place your first 2x3 block in one corner, then do the other one on the other corner, and then you can place your final middle 2x3, and there should be a gap left over if you place your planter boxes nice and tight. And if you do this correctly, place your 2 middle sprinklers dead on in the center, and they shouldn't touch any of the outer 2x3s. And then as you can see here, my outer sprinklers are actually placed a little bit closer to the walls just to ensure that they don't touch the middle 2x3. This is extremely important because if your sprinklers are touching up to 7 large planter boxes, it can screw with the numbers and really ruin your day. Now I'll just show you the setup. At the front I have a fluid switch. I like to turn this off when I'm doing my cloning cycle because if you do this, then the water level will be perfect. However, because I don't generally use fertilizer, I just leave it on most of the time. Remember that you can just flick this switch once every couple of hours for a few minutes, and then you don't need to worry about the automatic circuit because this is a lot more cheaper and it's very easy because you don't have to constantly flick it on and off. For each floor, you'll need 3 solar panels which you can feed into root combiners and into a medium-large battery. Both of these can be bought at Bandit Camp and Outpost. Then once you've got that, you feed it into E-branches, and the E-branches branch out into your pumps. For a floor of 6 sprinklers, you're going to be needing at least 5 pumps. However, if you go up in floors, the ratio of pumps to sprinklers should be around 3 to 4, although it's a little bit inconsistent, so I like to always have an extra pump just to make sure that my sprinklers are never turning off. If you ever see that your sprinklers are turning off, that's a good indicator that you need at least one more pump into your circuit. Remember that the circuit's very simple. All the power goes into a chain of E-branches, with each one branching out 5 power into the pumps, and the rest of the power goes into the lights. And as long as you set up your circuit the same as mine, you only need 3 solar panels to power all of it. Assuming you're using fertilizer and all your conditions are maxed out, this should yield you around 1.4k scrap per hour, although if not, you're probably going to be getting around 1k. Remember to make sure that your temperature is always above 67%, as this is where ground is usually capped if you're not using fertilizer. Please also note that if you're watching this video, I am assuming that you've already seen my previous one which shows you how to set up a basic hemp farm. This is not a complete guide on how to farm in Rust. I have many other videos which show you how to do that. This video is specifically just trying to show you the most efficient way that you can farm as via the sprinkler setup as well as the lighting. Because I've had multiple videos which showed how lighting and sprinkler systems worked, this is the most efficient way I could come up with, which includes both of those into one design. So for those who are trying to get the most out of their farming, this is the design that you should use. I want to thank all of you for the recent support on the videos. We've recently hit 2k subs as well as gotten our first sponsor, so thank you to Rusty Bank for that. This concludes the video. If you haven't already joined my Discord giveaway, go join Discord and react to the bot. That will be drawn in a couple of days as of posting this video. Thanks heaps for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.